Black history, African truth. Chattel slavery is a system of enslavement that treats people as property rather than human beings with rights. It was practiced in the United States and was widespread in Europe and the Americas during the 18th through the 19th century. But I submit to you that today you probably can find slaves, okay, in the Mississippis and Louisianas of this United States of America. So how did chattel slavery work? Enslaved people were considered the property of the enslaver. They could be bought, sold, inherited, or handed over. They were forced to work, and their location was dictated by the enslaver. They were denied their freedom unless they could escape or purchase themselves. Their children were also considered the property of the enslaver. What was the impact of chattel slavery? It was the foundation of wealth in the United States. But it was not a foundation, it was the foundation of wealth in the United States. It allowed white Americans to claim credit for building the nation and economy. And they've been doing that all over the world. It perpetuated the idea that enslaved people could be passed down through generations. Now, let's look at the Constitution. Let's see where they stand on slavery and Africans. Representatives and direct taxes, Article 1, Section 3, shall be apportioned among the several states which shall and may be included within this union, according to their respective numbers, which shall be determined by adding to the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years, and excluding Indians not taxed, 3/5 of all other persons. And in case you don't know what that means Africans, black people, or whatever you want to call yourself. But 100,000 years ago, they said that only Africans walk this earth. Now, the actual enumeration shall be made within 3 years after the first meeting of the Congress of the United States. But they say no, changed by Section 2 of the 14th Amendment. So we will dispense with the rest of this rhetoric and go to the 14th Amendment and see what Section 2 says. Section 2 of the 14th Amendment, representatives shall be apportioned among the several states according to their respective numbers, counting the whole number of persons in each state, excluding Indians not taxed. But when the right to vote at any election for the choice of electors for president, vice president of the United States, representatives in Congress, etc., therefore is denied to any male inhabitants of such state being 21 years of age. Note, they said this has been changed to Section 1 of the 26th Amendment. So therefore, they lied and said it was in the 14th Amendment, Section 2, about the 3/5 of a person, okay? And now they want to send you to the 26th. So let's see how many lies we're going to find, okay? Now, the rest of this says, and citizens of the United States or any way abridged except for the participation in rebellion and other crimes, the basis of representation therein shall be reduced to the proper proportion for which the number of male citizens shall bear to the whole number of male citizens 21 years of age and such. So all it's telling you is ring around the rosy. So Amendment 26, Section 1 reads, the right of citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age or older to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of age. Number 2, it says the Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. So now I just have this little book here, you know, and all I know is this one thing. The Constitution said that you were 3/5 of a person, black people. Africans, black Indians, okay? So when did you ever get your other 2/5? Because in order for you to vote, in order for that Constitution to work for you, you have to be classified as a citizen. You cannot be classified as a dog, a cat, a horse, chattel slavery. And when did they make you a whole person? And let me tell you something while I'm at it. I'm so pissed at Obama, black ass, because he's supposed to be a constitutional lawyer, an expert. But you see, we've been lied and hoodwinked for so long, thinking that somebody's going to do something for us. We have no friends, not even a brother, not even a person you see in a mirror. You never got your 2/5. 3/5 and 2/5 equal one person. You never got that, so you can't participate in anything that citizens or free persons in the Constitution have. Now, you know why they don't want to teach history? Because of things like this. But I'm going to tell you another reason why they don't want to teach history, and they want to get rid of every piece of evidence to show what type of people they were back then and they are right now. And I have no problem saying this, and I had to get over it. But being racist or anything like that, it has nothing to do with that. It's right or wrong, justice. Let the scales talk. If you think this is all right, okay. But most people, they have a righteous mindset. So let's look at the history.
They tell black people to just work harder. But what happens when we do? They burn it to the ground. Black Wall Street wasn't the only one. There were over 100 thriving black towns in America. Towns like Rosewood, Oscarville, and Freedmanstown, where black people built their own businesses, banks, and schools, real generational wealth. But guess what happened? They were burned, bombed, and flooded to erase them. Lake Lanier, it was a black town before the government drowned it. Entire communities were stolen using shady laws like eminent domain. And the KKK, they straight up ran black families out of their homes. So next time someone says, why don't black people just build wealth? Tell them, we did, and they destroyed it.
Now, I want to tell you something. You didn't listen about Project 2025, Black Magnus, and I'm going to be honest with you. Some of our other brothers and sisters who were of Latin descent, Hispaniola, whatever you want to call it, you know, Indians, I don't understand. Most people wanted the person that's in office in there. And right now, you got what you wanted. And you're crying. Don't cry to us. But you all are our brothers and sisters, whether we like it or not. Even that palm-colored man, okay, who set up this whole history and system of white supremacy. There's no human being that's supreme unless you put them to be supreme. But we are weak people, okay? They love to be led around. They love to keep their chattel slavery going, okay? And the only thing that can make that happen is you. Now, this is Black History Month, but Black history is American history. And we've had to eat it, live it, and die with it all our lives. Now, it's time for somebody else to taste the bitterness of American history.